All right, Friday, we made it. 6 o'clock here on the East Coast. Welcome to Frontline. The U.S. has been shut down as a government for 9 days. It's too many hours to count, so we're just going to go with days now. But we still have a ways to go before we beat the 35-day record. Good start, though. We begin tonight with some fallout, though, from the shutdown. Well, fallout for government employees, where OMB Director Russell Vought announcing that government layoffs have begun. We're going to have more on this with Victor Davis Hanson in just a few minutes. Also, multiple people right now are dead as an explosion manufacturing plant exploded in rural Tennessee. Officials say at least 19 people are missing, otherwise hospitalized. The blast was felt as far as 40 miles away. Rest their souls. And anarchists in Portland are inviting other miscreants to mask up and point lasers at law enforcement helicopters at nightfall tomorrow. I will note, doing so is actually a federal crime, and you can go to prison for like 20 years and as much as a $250,000 fine. I say just throw the book at them. But first, cue the freakouts when Democrats have to live by their own rules. Let's do this. Big Tish James. This thing is hilarious to me. By the way, this is exactly what I voted for, this whole law and order thing, not letting people get away with stuff, do unto others. And if you're going around making a campaign about going after your political opponents, as Letitia James did.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the ass.
Then you better be pure as the driven snow. Even more importantly, you better not be guilty of the exact same thing you're wrongfully, I might add, going after him for. In her own words. Her own words. When powerful people cheat to get better loans, it comes at the expense of hardworking people. There simply cannot be different rules for different people. You lied, well, allegedly at this point, about living in two places at the same time. And instead of CNN acknowledging that, the woman they supported going after Trump for the last few years might have done something wrong. Instead of acknowledging that, they went with like the potentially worst take of all.
Tish James, and again, we're still getting the details, but if it's related to this mortgage issue, I mean, this is something that everyone in America, or many people at least, if you're lucky enough to be able to buy a house in America, you deal with this. Right? The federal government doesn't go after all of these people.
Come on. First off, no. Every American is not committing mortgage fraud. They're just not. This was a willful decision to check a box claiming that property was her primary residence. If you're savvy enough to have made enough money to invest in rental properties, you know exactly what you're doing here. You are willfully checking a box, designating this as your primary residence in order to get a lower mortgage rate. There's not a person on the planet that can convince me that that's not the case here. But second off, about the government not regularly prosecuting people for this, thousands of people every year are investigated for this by the federal government. Last year, the FBI investigated over 1,000 people for these types of things, resulting in over 100 people being charged. The IRS, they audit people, 8,000 and 10,000 people a year, for taking the deduction for a rental property that Letitia James appears to have taken improperly, if it was her primary residence. So how do you take a deduction for a rental property if you're claiming it to be your primary residence? Is it in order to save $18,000 a year with a lowered mortgage rate? Probably. Most of those investigations are also for small-time property owners, too, gaming the system, just like Letitia James appears to have done. So don't tell me this doesn't happen. It does happen. It's not every American, but it is investigated regularly when it does happen. And the fact that you have people like Mark Elias, if you don't know this guy, he was the architect of the Russian collusion scam to prosecute a sitting president for something he knew was not true. The fact that he's out there calling this a political prosecution is bananas.
I think really what we are living in now is we need to recognize that this is the reality. This is not surreal. Right. This is real. This is not the abnormal. This is the normal. Like, this is the world that we now live in. We live in a world in which the President of the United States is able to get anyone in the country who he wants indicted.
Hold up. Did these people think we're morons? We know. let's just go back a few years. We know that the White House, maybe not the president, because he wasn't actually the president apparently, he was just floating around eating yogurt, but whoever was directing the White House met with Fani Willis and her side piece multiple times during the prosecution of their RICO case against Donald Trump. That has now completely fallen apart, by the way. We know that Matthew Colangelo went from one of the most senior positions at the very top of the Department of Justice in Biden's cabinet and made his way all the way downstream to an assistant prosecutor in Alvin Bragg's New York office to help prosecute Donald Trump. We know that Joe Biden's White House told the DOJ to be more aggressive in their prosecution of Trump supporters. Biden's DOJ put parents speaking at school board meetings on terror watch lists. They put Tulsi Gabbard on a restricted fly list when she switched sides. They spied on political opponents, i.e. 8 senators, and tried to have us removed from polite society when we refused a vaccine that wasn't tested and didn't work. Don't tell me that this is not the norm, Mark. You guys made it the norm. You think we forget about stuff like this? No. I'll never forget about what you guys tried to do to us. It actually may be that the left is so convinced, though, on such like a deeply disturbed level, it's like a mental disorder, that there's some moral arbiter and that anything they do is therefore righteous. They may be that far off. Norm Eisen, he's another one of these, saying that Trump is hijacking the DOJ in retaliation. Norm, you can't hijack your own government. You see, I don't know if you passed civics class, but the DOJ is part of the executive branch, which is representative of the agenda of the president within the law. And the president has been very clear on the rule of law, which is what this is about. And according to the defendant, Ms. James, her tweet, no one's above the law. You want to know how I know this isn't political, though? If this was political, like the last administration was, they would have kicked in Comey's door and perp walked him first thing in the morning, like they did to Roger Stone. Like, why did they raid Letitia James's house? Because it wasn't political. Why did none of those people get mugshots or have media tipped off about their indictments ahead of time, like Democrats did? If this was political and all for show and retribution, he'd be hauling you off in jail bracelets, not asking you politely to show up at your indictment like they did for James Comey. They gave him like a 2-week window. Some of the worst Trump critics who screamed about prosecuting him did some of the worst things themselves, like the former 51 Intel officials who lied about the Hunter Biden laptop being Russian disinformation. They knew darn well that was BS. The January 6th committee that just happened to delete all the evidence. Right, okay. Leaked Supreme Court decisions that led to threats against sitting Supreme Court justices to try to reverse the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And don't forget about Adam Shifty Schiff. That guy is under investigation for doing the exact same thing as Letitia James, with documents showing that his primary residence was at 2 places at the same time. What do you want to bet that indictment's coming down to soon? That'd be pretty neat. And this might go all the way to the top because, I mean, it's just, this is what Dick Durbin said, but no one is above the law, not even a former president. Get an umbrella, libs. It's about to rain justice. Christine Bish is a financial investigator, real estate and mortgage expert. You are the woman who discovered Shifty Schiff's, at this point, alleged wrongdoing in mortgage fraud. This whole thing's got to be music to your ears.
Yeah, it's hard to wipe the smile off my face. We've been waiting for, Letitia James, for her to come down. Comey came down. I've been smiling. Had a chance to talk to Sam Antar. He's actually the citizen sleuth, if you will, that pulled everything up on Tish while I was doing Adam Schiff out here in California. Yeah. So we're in good spirits, if you will.
Yeah. Well, one former federal prosecutor was on CNN today, and she doesn't appear to think Tish mortgage fraud is like that big a deal. Roll this real quick.
Bank fraud, or what we consider mortgage fraud type cases, are very common. They're, something that most U.S. attorneys' offices around the country do on a routine basis. What's different about this case is it is involving a very small amount of money, right? We're talking, almost $19,000. This is not the kind of case that most U.S. attorneys' offices are bringing. Usually they're looking for, mortgage schemes or things that involve a much higher monetary threshold. What jumps out at me is not the fact that it's a mortgage fraud case, but the amount.
Sometimes they're looking for big fish, but not all the time, because, I'd be really ticked off if someone took made me pay $19,000 more a year. So if it's fraud, right?
If it's fraud, it's fraud. And there is more to it than just that minute amount, $19,000. That's pretty arrogant. That's a lot of money to a lot of people. It could change someone's life, that much money. And when they're taking those type of tax credits, it impacts everyone in that community. These are federally guaranteed loans, which meant that's citizen-backed loans. That's our money, my money, your money, all over this country. And it is a higher class of default. That's why we have different loans, whether it's the primary residence, second residence, or vacation property, investment property. There's a higher risk when it's not your house. We have those type of loans for just that reason.
Right. Christine, we got to break over to President Trump. He's taking questions in the Oval Office right now. I want to listen in.
We're also setting up, as you know, a board of peace. It's called the Board of Peace. I don't know if that's the final name, but the word peace is definitely in there. They have asked me if I chair it. We'll make sure things go well.
And how confident are you that the ceasefire will hold?
I think it'll hold, yeah. I think it'll hold. They're all tired of the fighting. Don't forget, you had October 7th, which was a horrible day, 1,200 people killed. But Hamas has lost 58,000 people. That's big retribution. That's big retribution. People understand that. So, no, I think they're all tired of fighting, and this really gives the whole Middle East. This is beyond Gaza. Gaza is very important, but this is beyond Gaza. This is peace in the Middle East, and it is a beautiful thing. You know, it's a term that you and I have been hearing since we were very young, right? And now we have a chance of really having that. And as you know, most of the countries have passed all these resolutions. Every country is there. Iran came in. I was very happy to see that. I was very honored that Iran came in. They said they support it. Russia came in. President Putin, he supports it fully, very fully. So I was happy to see even countries that weren't necessarily involved in the process, they all support it. I don't know of anybody that doesn't. And I've never seen happier people than many of these places, not just Israel. Many of these places, they're all dancing in the streets. I've never seen anything like it.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, please, in the back.
Thank you. What guarantee did you give Hamas to persuade them that Israel will restart the bombing campaign once the hostages have been exchanged?
What did I do with respect to them? Well, you know, I spoke a little bit tough, and that's what would happen. I mean, you have to speak tough. That's a tough world. That's a tough, as they say, neighborhood. And they're tough people. They're very tough people, and they're smart people. They're good negotiators. They have a lot of things going. They put that to good use. They're going to be very, very successful. But they knew the retribution would be tremendous, unsustainable. It would have been unsustainable. It would have been complete obliteration, and they didn't want that. And nobody wants it at this point. They want to get on with rebuilding the entire Middle East. It's not only Gaza. It's going to be the entire Middle East. They're going to be able to live in peace. Now, we have some little hot spots, but they're very small. You know the ones I'm talking about. They're very small. They'll be very easy to put out. Those fires are going to be put out very quickly. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President. Talking about the Middle East still, going to the phases that come after this first phase, is there consensus on the additional points in your plan, or are the details still being fine-tuned?
I think there is consensus on most of it, and some of the details, like anything else, will be worked out, because you'll find out that when you're sitting in a beautiful room in Egypt, it's easy to work something out, but then sometimes it doesn't work from a practical standpoint. So certain little things, but for the most part, there's consensus, yes.
Do you intend to hash that out when you're in Egypt?
I might, yeah. I mean, I'll be there because I'll be going to, I'll go to Cairo. I think that's where we're going, as opposed to the place of the signing. And we have a lot of leaders from all over the world coming too. They've been invited. And then I'm coming back, I believe it's Tuesday night, for Charlie Kirk, a friend of mine, a friend of all of ours, a friend of a lot of the people right here. And we're giving him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest honor you get outside of the Congressional Medal of Honor. One's military, one's civilian, but it's the greatest honor. And Erica's beautiful wife is going to be here, and a lot of people are going to be here. So, it's not easy for me to get back. It's a very quick trip, but I'll be making 2 major stops, and then I'll be on the plane trying to get back in time for Charlie. They're going to have a great celebration at the White House in the East Room of the White House.
Russell Vogt said the reductions in force have begun related to this shutdown. How many layoffs have you authorized for this first round, and from which agencies?
And it will be Democrat-oriented because we figure, you know, they started this thing, so they should be Democrat-oriented. It'll be a lot, and we'll announce the numbers over the next couple of days, but it'll be a lot of people, all because of the Democrats. I mean, they want to give $1.5 trillion to people that came into the country illegally. More important than that, because we all have a big heart. We want people to be taken care of, but you know, we have 0 people coming in. You know that, Glenn, right? That's a pretty impressive number, even for a successful governor. But we've had, for the last 4 months, 0 people coming in illegally. They're coming in, but they're coming in legally. They're coming in through a process that's really a really good process right now, because we want people to come in, but they have to come in legally. So what we're doing is, as these different groups come due, we're going to make a determination. Do we want them or not? And I must tell you, a lot of them happen to be Democrat-oriented. These are people that the Democrats wanted that in many cases were not appropriate. We fought them at the time, and it was ultimately signed in. And some of these people, these are largely people that the Democrats want. Many of them will be fired. Yes, please, behind.
The Nobel Peace Prize was announced this morning. Your thoughts?
Which one?
The Nobel Peace Prize. Your thoughts?
Look, including a very big one, and I'm not sure, you know, when you say big, it's certainly, I think, to the mind of most, the most important deal ever made in terms of peace. But the one we just signed, it's been signed, sealed, and it's going to start taking place now. It's already started. Monday is going to be a very big day when the hostages come back. But I made 8 deals, transactions of wars. One was 31 years going on. 10 million people were killed. One was 34 years. One was 36, 37. One was 10. One was just starting. 2 were just starting, actually, but they were well on their way. In the case of India and Pakistan, 7 planes were shot down. It was a bad one. And I did it largely through trade. I mean, that one, numerous of them. I talked tariffs. I said, look, if you're going to do that, we're going to put very big tariffs on your country. And they were both great. They stopped fighting, and they were 2 nuclear powers. So, you know, they're all big. They're every one of them big. You take a look at the Congo. You take a look at the Congo and Rwanda. 10 million people killed over a long period of time. Got that one solved. We did a total of 8 as of this. 2 days ago, I would have said 7, which I did say, but the other one was signed up, sealed. As you know, Israel signed it just now. They signed it and they approved it today, their parliament. And it's a great honor to be involved with so many. So,
all right, that was President Trump taking some questions in the Oval Office. I mean, the guy's been so busy. It's 6:15 on a Friday night, and he's still rock and roll. Let's bring in Larry Elder, host of the nationally syndicated Larry Elder Show. All right, I want to get to Trump, but Tish James, your take on this whole thing?
Well, her defense is that everybody does this. I'll tell you what everybody does, Carl. I was fortunate enough when I ran for governor to meet a bunch of real estate developers, very wealthy real estate developers. And they all told me every real estate developer generously, optimistically appraises his own property to be used for collateral. The bank has their own appraisers. They do their due diligence and determine whether or not the valuation that we gave is sufficient for the loan. That's what everybody does. And he says he's stunned that Donald Trump was sued for mortgage fraud when the banks didn't care. Yeah. They would do business again with him. And by the way, Tish James said just a couple of days before she got indicted, Trump is too male, too pale, and too stale. What's the over-under, Carl, on when Trump goes on Truth Social and says, I may be too male, too stale, and too pale, but I ain't in jail? What's the over-under when he says that?
You need to make a coffee mug with that
I'm here all week.
Yeah, you are. Winsome Sears, also, the Sears and the Spanberger dead to rights in the Virginia gubernatorial debate last night. It was so crazy. Just roll this real quick.
If your little girl comes home and said she was forced to undress in a locker room with a biological boy, what would you say? She's crying. What would you say? Are you not going to answer?
Larry, she was just staring out into oblivion, didn't want to answer that.
She had no idea what to say. She knows this is an 80-20, if not a 90-10 issue. She had no idea how to handle it. How about just saying, you know, not a good idea. Not a good idea. I'm not opposed to that. Even Gavin Newsom said something like that before he walked it back.
Yeah, no, exactly. I see this race going very much in favor of Republicans, considering all the scandals right now. You, sir?
Well, last I looked, Winston Sears is still down 10 points, so it's hard to say. I certainly hope so. This is bad news. More and more stuff are coming out. Her candidate, the Democrat, won't denounce the AG who's running when he sent all these horrible tweets suggesting I want to murder my political opponent. So hopefully all of that stuff will make Virginia voters put a Republican back in office.
We will see. Larry Elder, we appreciate it, sir.
You got it. Take care.
All right, coming up, more than a mow, a patriot taking his lawnmower nationwide to help American heroes. He's going to join us later in the show. But first, day 9 of the government shutdown. OMB confirming that layoffs have begun for federal workers. Good thing they were not essential in the first place.
Just before Charlie Kirk died, he issued a stark warning of terrifying dangers ahead. Charlie wrote this in the foreword for the new book, Pagan Threat, by Pastor Lucas Miles. Charlie said that Pagan Threat could save America and that you must read and share this book. A #1 Amazon bestseller, Pagan Threat is available everywhere. Get Pagan Threat free with Newsmax's special offer and save $30. Go online today and read Charlie's final words.
Nearly home. Who done it?
We're looking for a house closer to everything, but we don't know where to start.
Find it with Realtor.com. With Real Commute, it's easy to find a home closer to what's ever close to your heart. Do y'all recycle? Realtor.com.
Don't miss this week's featured flooring deals at Lumber Liquidators, now through October 16th. Laminate flooring as low as 59 cents a square foot. Bellowood 8.5-inch pre-finished white oak for $4.99 a square foot. Hurry, ends October 16th. LumberLiquidators.com.
Are you or a loved one a military veteran that has been diagnosed with mesothelioma? Do you have questions about getting the best treatment or paying medical bills? Have you received the proper care and compensation you deserve? Let our firm serve you with the same dedication you served your country. We are exclusively devoted to helping those with mesothelioma. Call now to get this free book, and we'll answer any question you have. We'll even visit you.
Call 800-555-8958 or go to mesobook.com.
Talking to people today about their retirement accounts. Sir, excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you have a retirement account?
Yeah, I've got a TSP from my old government job.
How's that doing?
I'm forgetting about it. I can't contribute to it. There are fees to get the funds, and the investment options are limited, so the money's just stuck.
How about a gold IRA?
I can do that?
Absolutely. You can roll it into a gold IRA, and you have all the same tax advantages as a TSP, but with more flexibility. And you can put physical gold and silver in your retirement account.
I'm taking control with Noble Gold Investments.
Your retirement, your rules. Noble Gold.
Well, here we are, day 9 of the government shutdown. OMB Director Russ Vaught tweeted out today, the reductions in force have begun. Yeah, buddy. The non-essential people that should have probably never been employed in the first place, Trump is starting to remove their positions from the federal workforce, meaning that even when the government opens back up, there's no job for them to come back to. Victor Davis Hanson, senior fellow at the Hoover Institute and author of The End of Everything, which, you know what? I think this is the start of something, but fantastic book. All right. So, sir, this is interesting to me because we've never seen this before. We know Trump has tried to trim down the federal government, and now he's just eliminating jobs in this newfound authority from the shutdown.
Yeah, it's very baffling why the Democrats would walk into this because they're polling badly on the topic. They're going to lose federal workers, and they're going to be selectively laid off, apparently, according to Trump himself. And they don't really have any argument. They had agreed to the deal months ago. So it's just incoherent. And when you add in Chuck Schumer using the F-bomb and all, it's just a party in shambles and incoherence. But they're doing a lot of damage to the country, and I think their unpopularity will mount each day this thing goes on.
Oh, no, I think you're absolutely right. And Chuck Schumer saying the quiet part out loud, basically saying that, oh, this is great for Democrats. Every day it goes on. It's like, dude, that makes people hate you, but he doesn't care. Yeah. The Supreme Court will be rehearing a major case in the Voter Registration Act next week. This is crazy. Two voting rights groups are sounding the alarm, warning that if they provision called these, and these are voting rights in quotes, groups, if called Section 2 of this act, which congressional districts can be drawn based on race priority rather than geographical boundaries or population. If this provision is removed and struck down, which by all accounts I think it probably should be, we don't do things anymore by race in America, but Republicans stand to pick up as many as 19 House seats. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it is. It is correct. And here in California, we're so gerrymandered anyway, and we're going to go from maybe 11 seats down to 5 if this Prop 50 passes, that I think a lot of people are kind of tired of it, and they understand that, 750,000 people in a congressional district, they should be square or round or, a geometric shape that includes the proper population, and that's not what's happening. And I think people are, that's an issue that I think the Democrats are going to lose on. It's also in the Democrats' interest to lose, because one of the reasons they don't have a lot of minority senators is that these House seats are so gerrymandered and so left-wing that to get elected as a representative, you've got to be way out on the fringe. And then if you ever wanted to run for state office, you've kind of nullified your viability.
Yeah, well, like Katie Porter. But also, you were talking about Prop 50. This is crazy. If people haven't heard of this, Sacramento County voters are actually getting their ballots for the Prop 50 special election, which is Gavin Newsom's very aggressive extreme to make, like you said, slivers of district that are 2 miles wide and 50 miles long just to get the right districts in. So according to some residents, the Sacramento County vote by mail envelope has 2 holes punched in it that allow you to be able to see the inside of the ballot only if you vote against what Gavin Newsom wants. This is like classic fraud.
Yeah, I'll have to look at mine. We were very worried because we haven't gotten a ballot yet, and people have already voted. And so we just got it literally 10 minutes ago in the mail. So I'm going to see if that's true.
Yeah, I mean, this way they could, in theory, see it without opening the envelope and throw it out if it doesn't go the way they want. But it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I want to get to this Nobel Peace Prize. Now, obviously, the deadline to submit somebody for the Nobel Peace Prize was January 31st of this year, so like 9 months ago or whatever. Okay, so Trump was president for 11 days by that time. However, the woman who just got it is from Venezuela, Maria Corina Machado, for fighting dictatorship in Venezuela. She immediately turned around and was like, "Hey, I'm dedicating this to Donald Trump," which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, it worked out for Trump. I mean, it was a disappointment, but on the other hand, he called her and congratulated her. She dedicated it to him. He looks magnanimous. If the peace stands, he probably will get it next year. Yeah. So it looked good all around for everybody, and it's going to, it draws attention to Venezuela. It's very rare for a Nobel Peace Prize in these days to go to somebody who's conservative or against the left, as she is.
Yeah. Well, no, that's crazy. All right, I want to go over this last funny topic. Could be coming to Capitol Hill, probably not, but roll it.
Hi, I'm Megan Wingfield, and I'm running to be your next Congresswoman in Kentucky's 2nd District. Right here at Fountain Square in downtown Bowling Green, October 11th, this Saturday at 12 p.m. Meet me here, and let's have a conversation about next steps, how we can build a better future, and what we can do to save our democracy. I look forward to chatting with you. Power to the people, y'all.
She's wearing an F-Ice shirt. And also, if you walk like that, don't shoot a commercial while walking.
Yeah, they've really lowered the bar on acceptable speech. Chuck Schumer let off an F-bomb, and we had Kamala Harris, the mother F-bomb, mother of all F-bombs. And it's just a sign of desperation. I mean, it's either street violence or attack Tesla or attack ICE or let off an F-bomb or on F America. It just reveals that they're getting more and more frustrated because they have no access to the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, the White House, and they're on the wrong side of these 30-70 issues. So
yeah, well, speaking of 30-70, that was the last election was 30-70 in her district, so fat chance she's going to make it. Victor Davis Hanson, pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, this state is thinking of doing away with Homeowners Association after lawn standards sent a resident to jail. You're not going to believe this. Next.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.
Mother Nature never takes a day off, and neither does LeafGuard. LeafGuard, the only seamless one-piece rainwater management system with a clog-free guarantee. In most cases, we can install LeafGuard in less than a day, and it comes with a lifetime transferable warranty. Call now for 10% off LeafGuard, a $100 Visa gift card with purchase, and a $50 gift card with estimate. Plus, call during this program for our double savings sale. Double your savings to 20% off a complete LeafGuard system. Double your bonus to a $200 Visa gift card with purchase. And if you call now, we'll double your free gift to a $100 gift card with estimate. And once you get LeafGuard, you'll have more time to go on vacation. Be one of the first 50 homeowners who call now will receive a vacation voucher with purchase of a complete LeafGuard system. Call now to take advantage of our double savings sale. Don't deal with those old gutters any longer. Call now for LeafGuard.
LeafGuard handled it great. We had an awful lot of rain the last couple of days, and we didn't get any clogs at all. All of the rain just went right down through the gutters. All the pine needles slid right off.
LeafGuard works so well that it's earned the Good Housekeeping seal 20 years in a row. Don't deal with those old gutters any longer. Call during this program and take advantage of our double savings sale. Double your savings to 20% off a complete LeafGuard system, and double your bonus to a $200 Visa gift card with purchase. And remember, with LeafGuard, the top's not a cover, it's part of the gutter, and it comes with a clog-free guarantee. And if you call now, we're going to double your free gift. Receive a $100 gift card with your in-home estimate. And the first 50 homeowners who call will receive a vacation voucher with LeafGuard purchase. Call now to take advantage of our double savings sale. Don't deal with those old gutters any longer. Call now for LeafGuard.
Meet Omnilux Contour, an LED light therapy mask clinically proven to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. Find out how you can improve your skin at OmniluxLED.com.
The wait is finally over. My Towels are back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. Towels that actually work. What a concept. And that's not all. Check out our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings, regular $119.98, now only $29.88. And how about our limited edition premium MyPillows, made with Giza cotton and a designer gusset, made exclusively for you to thank you for all your support. Queens $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for $39.98, MyPillow bed sheets only $29.88, and our limited edition MyPillow Queens $17.98 and Kings only $19.98. Quantities won't last long, so order now.
He is a thug who is destroying our democracy, and you lick his boots. You go to Mar-a-Lago and take pictures with him, and you haven't even figured out that you are his pawns. You know what happens to Nazi bootlickers? They get kicked in the teeth. That's right.
She sounds vaccinated. This was at a board meeting, an alderman meeting in Milford, Connecticut, my home state. Let me just tell you about the difference between libs and normal people. Libs are like, anyone who likes Trump is a Nazi. Normal people like me and you are like, man, I just can't stand liberals. So then they say, oh, you're all fascists and you should be killed. And then normal people were like, this is why I feel this way. And they say conservatives are toxic rhetoric. Well, what would you call that woman? Jarrett Stepman, columnist for Daily Signal, and Mary Rooke, Daily Caller, columnist and analyst. Mary, this is a school board meeting. It's not war.
I can't believe that she said Nazis get kicked in the teeth. I mean, I can't believe it because we've seen this type of rhetoric over and over and over again. But you would think that after the right got so up in arms and we made it very clear that we are no longer going to put up with left violence, for her to come out and be that forceful with it is absolutely shocking to me. And it just goes to show you that what Jay Jones texted, talking about how he didn't mind if 2 bullets went into that House Speaker's head, or if his 2 children, 5 and 2, died. That's not only how they think, but that's how their supporters think, and they agree with him, and they will continue to vote for Democrats who talk like that, and it's not shocking to them.
And they'll only apologize if they absolutely have to. But Jarrett,
absolutely.
I hate HOAs, man. Like, I defund them all. But how would you feel if you went to jail for not mowing your lawn a certain way? It sounds far-fetched. That literally happened in one of these homeowners associations in Florida, and people are super over it. You know, we pay like $500+ a month to have all these maintenance and stuff like this and all these steep fines, and then they tell us we have to, you know, paint our house this color, can't do this, can't plant that. And they sent somebody to jail in a county in Florida for a week for not maintaining lawn standards, and now finally a representative of Florida is like, we're passing a law to do away with HOAs.
I mean, it's going a little far. I understand the reasoning behind the HOA, but a lot of people see this. And look, I mean, some of the most imperious politics you will ever see happens with these homeowners associations. They're a huge barrier to entry for a lot of people who want to own a home. I think that there are a lot of people who are tired of it. And, you know, Florida kind of has a reputation now of being, you know, one of the freest states of the union. You know, why not? I mean, it was kind of an experiment to begin with, the homeowners association. Why not make a change here, especially after stories like this? Because I know a lot of people don't have quite that bad of a story, but they've got bad stories of their own.
But also, like, I'm a dude. I don't want people telling me what I have to do or what I can and can't do in my own home. Like, if I want to put cross lines or straight lines, you know, it's whatever. I could go there all day. I live in one, and I asked before I bought it if it was one. They told me no, and there was never any paperwork. I'm very bitter about this. Okay, I ended up stuck in one now. All right, when he's not crying, by the way, at a congressional hearing, Mary, this is a perceived plight of illegal immigrants from very former Republican Adam Kinzinger doing this. Roll this.
Are you tired of seeing these everywhere? Like, I get it. We know what you think. Well, now you can tell people what you think and what you believe. It's very comfortable. Maybe a little uncomfortable for them. So go to wearthemoutproducts.com, have a look at the selection, and for once, tell people what you think.
Yeah, and at the end of that, he's got all these things. Like, this guy used to be a gun-toting Republican. What the hell happened to him?
Well, don't you remember, like, the last thing that we saw of Adam Kinzinger is that he accidentally shot that reporter because he doesn't actually know how to use a firearm properly? Yeah. I mean, also, like, he wants us to believe that the left never tells us what they think when it's literally on a daily basis we get accosted by their views and, like, it's shoved down our throat. And if you go on the website, I think the funniest thing about the products that they're selling is that there's, like, a laundry list of them that are all going to support Ukraine.
Yeah.
Defend freedom. Exactly.
It's just like, how about,
it's just so laughable.
It's so dumb. Mary, Jarrett, I apologize for the short block, but we got to leave it right there. Appreciate it.
It's okay. Great. Thanks
Thank
for
you very
having
much.
us.
All right, coming up, if you're a true fan of this show and you know how much I sincerely care about mowed lawns and done right, not in HOAs, my next guest is the king of mowing a good lawn for great causes. Keep it here.
I was a child that was conceived in rape.
Stephen Thien Holland's birth mother fought for her son to live, against all odds. Hear why she chose life. Birth moms and their adopted children share stories of hope and love. Watch Choose Life. It's worth it.
People always ask, why Patriot Gold Group? With over 10,000 clients to date and over $1 billion in transactions, not a single complaint on the Better Business Bureau. Consumer Affairs top rated for 9 years in a row. Over 2,000 5-star reviews. The only company nationwide where you, the client, work directly with an owner. Home of the no fee for life IRA. Gold is up 80% in the last 28 months, 275% since Lehman Brothers collapsed. We are patriots protecting patriots. Give Patriot Gold Group a call at 888-528-4290 before it's too late. Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs' top-rated gold and silver dealer 9 years in a row. Call now, 888-528-4290.
Hi, folks. I'd like to tell you about why refi. Did you know that as an accredited investor, When you invest in Y Refi, your interest rate is fixed. You can invest from 1 to 5 years, and you can spread your investment over those terms to best suit your needs. You also have the freedom to take your monthly interest income or reinvest it, whatever you choose. When you invest in Y Refi, your interest is calculated daily, and you're paid monthly, and should you need your money back early, there is a liquidity feature. Would you like some more information? Just call 877-80-INVEST. That's 877-80-INVEST. Or log on to investYrefi.com. That's investYrefi.com. For complete details, make sure to review the private placement memorandum and scan this QR code to view the disclosures at your leisure. Y Refi, investing in America's future.
This is keratin debris, where nail fungus grows. Nonix Nail Gel cleans out fungus by removing keratin debris. Using Nonix, 90% of nails improve. Get clinically proven results. So effective, it's money-back guaranteed.
Jesus Christ came to take the muck out of you. Let me send you this free book, The Everlasting Gospel of Christ. This is absolutely free. We simply want you to know Jesus Christ.
Get unlimited satellite internet when you switch to Viasat. No data caps, no contracts. Just a fast, reliable connection installed by pros. Visit getviasat.com or call 877-VIASAT-7 to sign up today. Viasat, internet without limits.
For pain in multiple spots like here, here, or here, Salonpas patches stick firmly and remove comfortably once your pain is gone. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
You guys know me, and I know you know that I love to take care of my lawn. Very seriously, mostly because I'm a dude, but what's better than mowing your lawn? Mowing your lawn with an American flag lawnmower is. Rodney Smith Jr. takes his star-spangled awesome lawnmower across the country, mowing over 17,000 lawns for active duty service members, for veterans, single parents, the elderly, and the disabled this year, just this year. And now he's asking Donald Trump to allow him to mow Arlington National Cemetery and the White House lawn. I mean, some union federal worker is going to freak out about this, but I say Trump should overrule it. Rodney Smith, the founder of Raising Men and Women Lawn Care Services. Rodney, great stuff. So what's the deal? You think you're going to get to mow one of those?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do you think you're going to get to mow the White House or Arlington?
I'm hoping so. I'm really hoping so.
Yeah. So how did you start with this? You got an American flag lawnmower?
Yeah, so I have an American flag lawnmower that I had spray painted by a gentleman in Texas. So I came up with the idea. I found him on the internet and asked him, could he do this? And he says yes. And so I sent him a blank lawnmower, and he brought it to life for me.
And how did you started mowing lawns for veterans and disabled and elderly? How did you get this idea? I mean, great idea.
Yes, sir. So in 2015, I was in my senior year of college at the time at Alabama A&M University, and I was leaving school one day, and I came across an elderly man outside mowing his lawn, and it looked like he was struggling. So I pulled over and helped him out. Little did I know that one small act of kindness would eventually end up changing my life forever. That night, I made a post on Facebook about my experience, and I told people from today on, I'm going to start mowing free lawns for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans in my community. And if you know anyone, let me know. And that one small act of kindness eventually turned into a nonprofit. And now I'm going across the country for the veterans, the elderly, and disabled.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. What's funny is I love to mow lawns. I got a bad boy 60-inch zero-turn mower that I'm mowing up my farm. And I asked my neighbor, he's like, his lawn was getting a line. I said, hey, do you want me to mow this part of your lawn? He looked at me like he was going to kill me. He was like, you never ask another man to mow his lawn. So I was like, oh, okay. But you've done 50 lawns recently in all 50 states for veterans, active duty, Gold Star, all this stuff. All in 22 days. You just driving around with a lawnmower? That's a lot of miles.
Yes, sir. So I drove to 48 states, and I flew to Alaska and Hawaii. So I headed out west first and then made my way back to the East Coast. And once I hit the Midwest going to the East Coast, the states were a little bit closer together. So I was able to mow like 4 to 5 states a day.
Yeah.
So I go all the way down to Florida. Then thanks to American Airlines, they flew me out to Alaska and Hawaii, and I just finished on this Wednesday.
Oh, you got like a GoFundMe or something support? How are you getting around with this?
Just generous people that support the organization. So we're a national organization, and people just support the organization, which allows me to travel across the country and promote for our veterans and our heroes that have served the country.
What's the website?
WeAreRaisingMen.com or RaisingMenAndWomen.com, and we have kids across the country that are taking part in our 50-yard challenge, mowing 50 free lawns in the community. And it's set up like the karate system. Every 10 lawns they mow, they get a different color T-shirt. Once they mow 50 free lawns for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans in the community, I get in my van and I visit with them where they are in the country and get them a brand new mower, weed eater, and
Rodney, you are doing God's work, man. We appreciate you coming on today, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right. Coming up, the leading lever action firearms manufacturer in the world, Henry Repeating Arms. It's made in America.
Hi, TV Genie.
What do you want?
I wish I could find my shows easier.
I wish my primetime TV was automatically recorded.
I wish I could record more.
Well, I can't do any of those things. So here, I swapped your outfits.
Switch to Dish. Get voice control, automatic primetime recording, and more recording power.
You're welcome.
Switching from DirecTV satellite to Dish can save you over $300 in your first year.
We should get Dish.
Hello, everyone. It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this red beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know exactly what it's for, who it represents. It's really going to be something special. It's for your favorite president. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. These make a great gift. It's Trump time.
How does the world's most trusted dog expert keep his own dog so healthy?
Hi, I am Cesar Milan. You may know me as the original host of the Dog Whisper series. In my 20 years rehabilitating dogs on television, I've seen too many struggle with health problems that no amount of training could fix. Then I discovered it wasn't the dog, it was their food.
Most store-bought dog food is processed at extreme temperatures that can destroy vital nutrients.
Fortunately, I found veterinarian Dr. Marty's anti-kibble breakthrough. Nature's Blend is uniquely designed to help make your dog's best years last even longer.
Unlike kibble, Nature's Blend is packed with premium whole foods that are freeze-dried, locking in vital nutrients.
I saw remarkable improvements in my dogs. Within weeks, my pack is healthier than ever.
Dr. Marty is trusted by over 1 million pet parents, with 5-star reviews pouring in daily.
So stop kibbling and start feeding your best friend the food I trust for my pack, Nature's Blend.
Try Dr. Marty Nature's Blend risk-free for 90 days. Plus, get a free gift when you call or visit drmartypets.com/Caesar. That's drmartypets.com/Caesar.
The wait is finally over. My towels are back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. Towels that actually work. What a concept. And that's not all. Check out our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings, regular $119.98, now only $29.88. And how about our limited edition premium My Pillows, made with Giza cotton and a designer gusset, made exclusively for you to thank you for all your support. Queens $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for $39.98, My Pillow bed sheets only $29.88, and our limited edition My Pillow Queens $17.98 and Kings only $19.98. Quantities won't last long, so order now.
All right, Made in America. Every week we're highlighting a business that's doing it right, manufacturing here at home, because Made in America, not just a label, it's how we're making America great again. One job, one product, one community at a time. Today's company embodies one of my faves, actually, the Made in America mantra, adopting the motto, Made in America or not made at all. Henry Repeating Arms, you've probably seen their awesome lever action guns, one of America's premier firearm companies since its founding 30 years ago in Brooklyn, actually not too far from this studio. What began as 10 employees now has over 700 with a 350,000 square foot warehouse and a manufacturing plant in Wisconsin. Anthony Imperato, the president of Henry Arms. Sir, this is Look, I have 20 of your guns, and I use them all the time. Fantastic. How do you keep it made in America, high quality, and affordable to compete in the market?
It's not a simple task, Carl, and just a quick thank you for your service. Thanks for having me on and for your no BS journalism. I certainly appreciate it. So it's an ongoing battle, sustaining quality, sustaining value price points. It's not easy, but with our investment in technology and great people, we seem to be able to skin the cat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your company, obviously, longtime supporter of first responders, especially those who've lost loved ones in the line of duty. You always have been able to give back while you're doing this.
Yes, it's been part of our company for about a little over 20 years. Our Guns for Great Causes program focuses on military, law enforcement, all first responders, and pediatric cancer. And we're very proud of that program.
Yeah. So, let's go through this. A lot of people, look, there's a lot of gun companies out there. People are doing cheap Chinesium stamped from China. People are produced overseas. 100% of your stuff is made here. You source it here. You do everything here with American families. Some of your employees are lifetime employees.
Yes, we have a number of people with us, 20, 25 years, et cetera. And we have a couple hundred vendors, within the USA, but we are not an assembly house. We are a manufacturer. We have over 900 different parts being made daily. We are cutting metal, bending metal, gun drilling metal. We are a legitimate manufacturer. Not to take anything away from our big automobile manufacturers, but many of them, they are assembly houses. You come and visit us at Henry, you will see, from scratch how a firearm is built.
Yeah, well, I tell you, the iconic lever action, people just can't get away from it. I mean, it's what won the West, and people still love them. So, Anthony, where do people find out more about Henry?
Please visit us at henryusa.com. I am very open about giving my email address. They can email me, anthony@henryusa.com. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Part of what I do that I love, and probably what I love the most, is connecting with people all over the country.
Yeah, well, that's how
I would love to hear from you.
That's how you and I got connected, and now I've shot a dozen deer with your weapons. So, pleasure to have you on, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
all
talk
the
soon.
best.
All right, before we go, need a hustle down with the government shutdown? We got a good idea. I'm going to tell you what it is next.
The press won't report the real story.
The American people are actually very smart.
Ridiculous statements.
These guys are just plain weird.
Actual scandals.
Even the immunity decision. I mean, that decision was so misreported.
That's my job, and I aim to do it every night.
I love that I can order official state lottery tickets anytime, anywhere with Jackpocket.
Heck yeah, I can play the lottery wherever I want. With Jackpocket, you get notifications for all the biggest lottery drawings, so you never miss out. And you can see your ticket on the app. Plus, with access to Powerball, Mega Millions, and more with Jackpocket, your favorite games are right at your fingertips. Not to mention, Jackpocket users have already been paid out over $500 million in cash prizes.
I could get used to this.
Order official state lottery tickets from anywhere with Jackpocket.
You've got a glow about you, inside and out. Show it to the world with just 10 minutes of self-care. Meet Omnilux Contour, an LED light therapy mask clinically proven to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. Find out how you can improve your skin at omniluxled.com.
Don't go! I got to. It's time to screen for colon cancer. Also, I'm just going on the porch.
Cologuard is for people 45 plus, at average risk, not high risk.
False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider or request Cologuard online.
Good news. The market's swinging back to buyers, which means that dream home won't be there forever. Don't let someone else beat you to it. Start your search today. Make it real with Realtor.com.
The poverty is unimaginable. There are people who are struggling.
This is where she washes the dishes.
If you're ever going to allow your Christian faith to rise and to do something for God's chosen people, now is the time.
This is the home of Galena. She's 96 years old.
This is what she had to eat for today.
She has one pot with water and wheat.
My father was killed by the Nazis, and I was an orphan. I didn't know about God. But now, in the cold, hungry nights, I pray for food to the God I've never known. There are good people that love you.
You see the tears. Scripture says joy can come in the morning, and you can be the reason.
If you will bless these hurting children of Israel, you will receive God's blessing in return. Your urgent gift today of $25 will help rush a survival food box filled with life-saving essentials. If you call right now, your gift's impact will be doubled to help save lives. Call, scan, or go online now.
I'm not exaggerating when I tell you, I don't know how much longer she could have waited for us to come.
I can't even grow my food anymore. What will happen to me? I'm doomed to starve.
Tens of thousands of elderly Holocaust survivors in the former Soviet Union are living in extreme poverty, hungry, and forgotten. But through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, we can bring them hope.
Eggs. It's my favorite food. May you be blessed.
You say to them, we see you and we're here to help.
If you call right now, your gift's impact will be doubled to help save lives.
So we opened tonight's show noting that the federal layoffs have begun across the government due to the shutdown. I think it's like 5,000-ish now, more coming. But as bad as the shutdown is for federal employees, it appears to be inversely as beneficial to print shops inside the Beltway. Take a look at this, okay? Yesterday, within hours of Chuck Schumer saying that every day the shutdown gets better for the Democrats, Senate Majority Leader John Thune had like a 3-by-5 foot poster made of Schumer's. I don't even know you can do it that fast. We called a local chain just to see if they could, A, do it that fast and how much it would cost if it was expedited. And it was like 8 hours. It was like $200+ for one poster. But there's Thune, by no means making the only one of these props. Just look at this. This is more than $2,000 for the posters in just the past couple days. And small sample here because there's a ton more. So if you're looking for a business opportunity, folks, during the shutdown, I recommend buying a print shop or starting a print shop like right outside or right on top of Capitol Hill. You would make a killing, Rob.
They don't know what to do with themselves with the government shutdown. And you can tell that from that little staged fight with Hakeem and Lawler. I mean, they're like, let's get in front of the cameras.
I mean, if somebody walked up to me like that, I'd be ready to go. Like, you don't walk up to me pointing in my chest. Are you serious? Like,
you said earlier, if you put your finger at me, you're not going to get your hand back.
No,
or something?
I'm gonna tear your arm off your shoulder. But I mean, look, these print shops too, man. Like, it's just like such a joke. It's all theatrics to me.
It's all theatrics. Anyway, government shutdown for sure.
You got another hour. I'm out of here.
Enjoy the weekend, Carlos. All right, we'll see you Monday.